expected. Yeah, Zombie Menace is a surprisingly powerful ability. Like, if you have any, I mean, if you have any board presence on the at all, then Menace is just amazing, right? If you're doing any sort of aggressive pushing strategy, or if your opponent has missed stuff. And in draft, a surprisingly number of the time, the opponent seems to actually miss shit. So, I don't know. I really like the 3/2 Menace Ogre is like one of my favorite, probably my favorite red common. The 3/2 for 3 with Menace, I think, is so damn good. There's a question in here. Don't understand if Magic Inventors is a common axe in another edition that's exactly the same, but only costs 1, equips for 1. I don't know if that's true or not. If there's a 1 cost for that, but they do change those around. Power levels and sets are different, if that makes any sense. So you can have cards that are just absolutely better, and then they just don't always get to be played because the set rotation changes for that. That's just been how the history of Magic, right? It allows them to print cards that are a little bit stronger. It makes it so they don't have to have all of their cards be balanced off the first time they revealed that card. His hand is too slow. Kind of just accepted it and kept playing. I mean, I like the Spectre. I have 2 really solid cards in here. I've got removal, I've got draw, but it's just really damn slow, especially if we keep fucking drawing lands every single time. Do I need to throw more white yet? I don't think so. Let's just keep throwing in black. I could Fountain of Renewal here for a draw, but I have a 4 and a 5, so I don't think it's relevant, and I might draw the Lich. He just missed land? Missed land. It's nice. See, that would have been good 2 turns ago. Yeah. Toss the armor. Okay. Elvish Chancellor doesn't tap for land. I don't really care that much. There's no 1-mana combat trick that does anything here. I now have the Pack Beast plus Renewal combo, so I can get a card out of that. Sure. Both my creatures are flying. Why don't you attack with that? It makes no sense whatsoever. I guess he wants a turn after where he can bounce it. I'm going to do it now. Fuck kind of attack is that? Why not last turn? War Leader. That card can get him back in the game. Guess I'm ignoring the Chancellor. Okay. So I was planning on taking Vengeance to Chancellor to 2-for-1 value it, but I'm going to do it to the War Leader now. There's no reason that I need to let him get lifesteals nonstop. I'm willing to trade the Pack Beast for his turn and one of the 1/1s, I think. Maybe there's a big buff coming on that War Leader. That would be my ideal dream here. That's shitty. Really slows down that clock. I've got 4 damage here. So combat trick. care more about the lifesteal than I do the combat trick. I lied. I don't. I want to be able to hit him for a bunch of damage here. All right. Give me the 2/2s. An apparatus one? You can apparatus one if you want. It's fine. Yeah, Johnny, you want to do that in my turn, but sure. Not the card I wanted to see. I need another card. It's going to be Lich. Not quite. I can't let him take another turn. It's too bad I can't play this turn, but I need to get rid of the War Leader. I don't think 2 damage is worth this quite yet. All right. I could have gang blocked the War Leader. That was on my consideration. It was 4 damage worth of stuff, but any combat trick blew me out of the water there. It's a really big problem. He's got a bunch of life gain effects when we were kind of in race mode. Not really what I want to see. Explosive also blew me out of the water. Oh yeah, good point. Yep, explosive would blow me out of the water too. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely worth not doing it that way. I didn't want those. I don't want his 1/1 tokens surviving either. I don't want them swinging twice. I want them dead once. So we're in a bit of trouble here. Especially if I fucking keep drawing land only. I need to draw persistent sources of health, or so I need neonates, fountains. Can't use the Lich right now. I can, but it's so fucking sketchy. Neonates, fountains, luminous bonds, Hieromancer's Cage. Okay. You think this is a true test of Sovereign versus... No, not even close, man. It's not even related. So I'm considering gang block if he attacks with that. Requires no combat tricks. The other option was to attack with the Sky Scanner. Why attack with everything last round? Oh, I didn't even see it as an option. That was probably better than what I did. So what would that happen? Those would have died. I would have gotten for 2 more damage. My board would have been cleared. These would have been dead.
You have returned.
That's not a better position. Alright, I guess we're eating combat tricks if he has them. He kind of attacked pretty confidently there. I think this is the Titanic Growth from the from this turn that we never saw get played. Okay. Sure. Now he's got, of course. I mean, like, we're just gonna lose the game from drawing non-stop lands here. Like, if he just draws action every single fucking turn and we draw land, there's just no coming back from that. Shouldn't I scathe the scanner for Lich? No. Getting this guy off the board this is winning him the game. This is giving him 2 life per turn and putting a huge clock on me. Like, I feel like I have to play into that potentially. The other option would be to ignore it and just race him in the air, which might have been a thing. Consider that. Maybe that would have been better playing around the talons of the Titanic growth, but I don't think just saving the scanner. I mean, maybe in that sense. All right, so we're fucked at this point. Yeah, so we just flooded out. I mean, arguably, what are we actually looking at the math on that? We're doing 4 a turn. He's doing 4 a turn to us, but he only loses 2. So we're doing 2 a turn. 2 turns. So it wasn't last turn. Last turn is when I blocked, right? Yes, last turn was when I blocked. So we would have been at, no, I don't think we even win that exchange, right? So we're just dead. We're just dead from flood. So I can't even think of a card that saves me. There's now just too much value on the ground. I'm okay with just conceding that. We'll just call that a loss to land. Maybe there's something we could have done a little bit differently with the air race, like maybe not giving up quite yet, but leaving, like, think about that though. If he got to swing in for 8 there, that means the next turn I can't even do that, right? Because okay, let's say if I'm at 14, I guess probably 14 before I took damage. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I was at 10 or 14 when that happened, and that makes a little bit of a difference for the calculation, right? Because then it's either he kills me with the giant 1 attack plus, no, even that's not enough. It's only 12. I don't know. I'm not sure about that with the race. I suspected Titanic growth, but I guess I wasn't on a certainty on that. I was like a 70% on that in my mind. So if I was guaranteed the Titanic growth, if I knew 100%, how would I have played that? Probably swung with everything that turn, then let him swing, put 1 blocker in the way style thing. Even that doesn't feel real good. So, yeah, we drew twice from the fountain, sacrificing it. I don't know, and the sky scanner. We just too much land. None of our value cards. We had quite a few value cards too. Kind of sucks because the fountain was better for draw until we got the Epicure, and then suddenly I wanted it for the persistent damage. We didn't have it. Sacrificing artifact the second time was greedy. I think you're insane if you think it's greedy when you have no cards and you're losing on the board. I think it's greedy to keep 1 life a turn versus trying to get cards. Like, we're almost killing him. If you think that's greed, I think we're defining greed extremely differently then. Greed is sitting there gaining 1 life a turn when you're taking 4 in the air and looking to find a kill condition. All right, we're gonna draw a Lich next turn, which is gonna feel bad. All right, so it's Hired Blade. Do have a 4 too, so we can either 2-headed zombie or bat. I think I prefer to get him 1 more card out of his hand first. New patch for Battle Brothers announced. Will I do season 8? I don't know. So this is interesting. What do I want to discard here? Not murder, not take vengeance, not my land. So it's Hired Blade. Nope. Okay. I discarded the land now, but didn't know it was coming, and I needed to play this card, so. I picked up a swamp. Feels so bad. All right. I mean, I suppose maybe I could have just been okay on 3 land, but Do I play land here? I guess I do want to set up one day for Pack Beast plus Fountain. He might have more discard though. That would feel pretty awful. If it was a swamp, if I had a swamp, I'd play it in a heartbeat. The plains, not so much. Let's see. You play Spectre later if you have alternate plays. Maybe. He just tapped out though. He had 3 cards in hand when I played that, and he had played land on every single turn. I was expecting to hit something juicy, not a 5th land. So, maybe, maybe not. I hear your point about waiting. But so far he's hit all of his land drops, including the one I discarded. And this prevents damage incoming. Maybe the zombie on the board would have been better. Yeah, just good cards versus me. Okay. I mean, but he's running out of gas too. We can smooth out his good draws and keep ours in play ideally. So got the renewal for deal with this. Just gonna zombie it now, it's fine. Plays around combat tricks, I guess. Alright, so it's neonate this turn. Sacrifice Fountain on his turn to draw. Pack Beast it next turn. I'm fine with that. Should I take Vengeance this neonate? I don't think so. What is his consideration here? He's got 2 cards in hand. I think if he had Duress, he'd have played it by now. So it's what? Titanic Growth? Did he good game and walk away from the keyboard? Like, why are we being held up on his end step when it's not my action? Maybe he's got the combat trick on for Spell Spectre, the one that would make it a 3/3 and come back. Might be taking the zombie this turn. We'll see. So I probably end up take vengeancing this zombie. Yeah, I guess the other thing is save take vengeance for a neonate if it gets to be a big pain in the ass. He's doing it at the end of my turn, so probably never get a chance to do that. Okay, I'm pretty sure this represents the 1/3 that revives it. So I will be blocking here. That's the only block I'm running. All right, let's go ahead and neonate. Or just get a little hairy. I need to be careful about not triggering recursive effects. So I'm going to Vengeance the zombie. I think he's holding abnormal endurance. So I think he will respond with abnormal endurance here. Chose not to. Okay, I'm going to cage the bloodletter. I think he saved it for a higher value creature. Okay. Courser's actually kind of annoying. I just need another ground creature to trade with that right now. Essentially, we'd like to draw some cards, is what I'm getting at. That will be just fine. Alright, question is thinking about blocks for this coming round. The Spectre can't kill the Sovereign. So I think if he coursers into me, I'm dual blocking with the Pack Beast and the Spectre of my own. I don't know if I'll get his combat trick out of that or not. I think he kills Spectre here and drops the Courser and saves his combat trick. He certainly doesn't give a shit about that Pack Beast. Ooh, really? I think that's terrible. Maybe he's got another ground creature that matters for. Like the Walking Corpse. Sure. Okay. It's fine. Alright, we swing with Sovereign. Four health, doing so much fucking work here. Combat tricks for 2. It could be Titanic Growth, I suppose, but I think it's the abnormal one. Oh, he's gonna get a card out of this though. Well, no, he's not. I'm gonna fucking murder it if he casts here. Oh, it's Strangling Spores. It's fine. Looks good to me. So I've been playing around the wrong trick this entire time. It's fine. Okay. Keep our Sovereign for that though. Seems like a pretty damn good trade. Oh, a second Neonate. Hilarious. Okay. All right. Hold that. Swing in the air. Question is, do I want to keep Fountain of Renewal right now versus a card? That I'm not so sure. It feels greedy to keep it here. I don't have any more answers to a big creature from him or a good removal spell. I do have 2 Epicures in here, both of whom get some serious synergy with having the fountain. I'm not pressed on the table yet. I don't know. Maybe I wait a little bit longer. Feels greedy. Not super exciting draw. So this is where chatting with chat about this, whether or not it's greedy to sacrifice the fountain or keep it here. Thing is, we have a lot of game left right now. I have no other big flyers. I think I've used 3 of my 4 removal. I think I have Luminous Bonds remaining. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. This is making it so his life total moves and mine doesn't right now, which seems pretty good to me. Bet you he's regretting killing that pack beast right now. This client was a little less laggy. I liked this client visually, but I wish it was a little less laggy. Okay. Epicure would be our ideal draw right now. Solid threat on the ground as well as a big ticking. Lich would be fine for us too. I guess that's another reason for not sacrificing Fountain right now is I could pick up Lich and it's my only artifact in play. It's bad news for us. It's a draw card that also doesn't really threaten our board. The Dissenters deal with that, but it's a draw card, which we don't want him drawing right now. We just save the removal for something valuable. Like a flyer. Or like a Dreadmaw. Dreadmaw challenges our board pretty hard. We've got a lot of chump blocks stacked up over here though. Weird, I guess you couldn't play the cards in the land. Makes sense. Okay. Not the Epicure I was hoping for. It's still something, I guess. All right, we get pinged once. Sure. He's running a little low on time. Taking 2 a turn, so it's 3 turns till he's dead. 2 if he saturates his mana differently. I think. See, that's what we need bonds for. Sure. Oh, we're doing more than 2 a turn. We're doing 4 a turn. What am I saying? 3 this turn, I guess. I'm almost tempted to eat the Dreadmaw for another turn or 2 to guarantee that he doesn't get a flying blocker. Really? Alright, I guess he didn't think he had it. Maybe he saw our hand. Maybe he knows about the bonds. Maybe he's watching the stream. It's possible. It's very possible. I see that a lot in MTG for some reason. The players who play MTG seem to like to stream snipe a lot. Okay, so I need a quick break for this next game. And then we're going to set up for our first attempt at 7 wins on this deck. Back in a minute.